Hi, this is Lynette Rice from EW, and I'm here with, and by the way, I have to thank her for explaining how to pronounce her name. I saw that you once said you pronounce your name bad to the bone, so that makes it Diana Gabaldon.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. I really appreciated that. How much has the presence of the show changed your life as an author?
Well, as an author, not at all. I mean, I continue doing what I normally do. I just write. I write books, and I write them to my own schedule. And no, I don't write them in response to anything the show does. They're 6 books behind me. How could they be affecting what I do now? But that's a common question. So no, the show doesn't affect me as a writer at all, save that they did ask me to write a script last season for the season 2, and that was a lot of fun. It was an interesting technical challenge to write something that's so collaborative in nature, whereas I'm used to working, totally alone, and having complete control, which of course you don't in television.
Right.
On the personal side, though, we always had a lot of fans, and they've been increasing of years, but the advent of the TV show kind of made them explode. So now we have lots more fans, and very, very enthusiastic ones. They're very active on social media, so, I spend a little more time servicing them, I guess you might say.
Right, right. Your fans of the books are so, it seems like they're so protective of you, and particularly the characters.
They're very kind, yeah.
Yes, and so when the TV show considers even straying from what you've written, they seem very sensitive about it. I mean, what kind of feedback are you seeing?
Well, it depends. They're very, very invested in the books. Many of them have been reading the books for 25 years. And, of course, they have a very vivid mental picture of what the characters look like. So if you suddenly show them an actor who looks nothing like that, they're kind of going to go, I don't think I like this. But then, when they actually see it in context and they perceive what it is that an actor really does, that magic that lets them embody this totally different character, well, then they're mostly okay with it. There's still a few people who are going, well, I don't see why she couldn't wear, yellow contacts and have amber-colored eyes. It's so important. But, it's to them it's important, and people are allowed to have their own opinions. It's perfectly okay. As far as changes to the script and so forth, it's kind of necessary. The thing is, you could not physically make a show of any one of my books that would fit in the time available. I used to be a volunteer reader for Recording for the Blind and Dyslexic. They let me read my first 3 books. I usually read scientific and technical stuff, but I read them on a recording. Now you can tell how fast I talk. It took me 44 hours to read Outlander.
Oh,
you certainly it would take you a lot longer than that to film it page by page by page. Furthermore, the structure is different. In a book, I'm God. I can have whatever kind of structure I want. Climaxes and long spaces and that. You can't have that in a television show. It has to begin with something that will glue people to the screen. It has to end in a place that makes them want to tune in next week. And each episode has to have its own little dramatic arc. Okay, the book is not arranged in little dramatic arcs. It's a lot more all over the place. Consequently, what they do with the book is what they call break script, and they mean it literally. They take the book apart into all of its scenes and sub-scenes and take out all of the dialogue and list that separately. And then they sit there, all of the writer's room, and they consider, well, what can we fit in the first episode? Of course, it has to start kind of where the book starts, but, it's slow where the book starts. So let's put in this little visual prologue of Claire in World War I doing what she does, and people will be, riveted as to who this woman is. And, they told me that before they wanted to film. And I said, yeah, totally. And, we have a good working relationship. They send me the scripts. I am a consultant on the film. And they show me the daily footage that they shoot. They invite my comments. And, 9 times out of 10, if I say about something, they'll do something about it. The 10th time, they'll explain why they can't.
10th time. So ultimately, it seems like the readers are okay with it if you're okay with it. It seems like they definitely draft off you.
Well, by and large, yeah. There's always going to be people who are just, I just can't see it anyway, but in the book, why did they do this? And oh my God, they're emasculating Jamie, and all this kind of stuff, which, it's people bring their own backgrounds, their own expectations, their own prejudices and desires to the reading of a book, and they do the same thing to the watching of a television show. Nobody ever reads the same book as another person, and no one ever watches the same show. It's going to be a different experience.
Thank you, Diana.
You're welcome.
Coucou les addicts, c'est Aurélie du site Outlander Addict et j'ai un message pour vous. Si cette vidéo vous a plu, n'hésitez pas à vous abonner à la chaîne, à mettre un like ou à partager cette vidéo sur vos réseaux en cliquant sur le bouton partager qui se trouve juste en dessous. Pour prolonger votre expérience, je vous encourage à visiter régulièrement mon site internet outlander-addict.com. Vous y retrouverez des traductions, des articles et plein d'infos et d'actualités sur Outlander. À très bientôt.